Hello everybody and welcome to another Mystery Box Function Challenge. In the purple box there is some mystery math and your challenge is to figure out what that is. You can use the link in the description to try this out, and when you think you've got an idea, come on back and see if we get the same thing. Alright, let's begin. I'm going to put it as 0. Okay, so 0 gives us 0.5. How about a 1? Okay, 1 gives us 0.3 repeating, or 1/3. How about a 2? Okay, so it looks like a curve there, a very shallow curve. Let's go further out. I'm going to put in a 7. Aha, so it looks like it might be approaching the y-axis asymptotically, like it's getting closer and closer to that place where y equals 0, sorry, the x-axis, where y equals 0, but never touching it. Let's try some negative numbers. Okay, so we're going up there. So -1 gives us 1. How about -2? Ah, so -2 is giving us infinity, and that error, it's not really infinity at -2, makes me think of rational functions. There's something else going on here, but I think we're in that ballpark. Let's try some more negative numbers. How about a -3? So that gives us -1. Okay, so now we're down in the third quadrant. How about a -4? Ah, okay. How about a -5? Now we're starting to see the same numbers but negative down here. So we had a 1 and a 0.5 and a 0.33 up there, and now we've got a -1, a -0.5, a -0.33. I want to choose some numbers closer to -2, so maybe -1.5. And maybe -2.5. Yeah. So visually, I think you can see the two arms that we would expect with a rational function like 1/x. What's different about this one is that our asymptote seems to be here at x equals -2. So that looks like where it's approaching. So it seems to me that this has just been shifted over to the left 2 places. Now, the way to think about how that looks in an equation is to ask yourself, what would make the bottom 0 at x equals -2? So if I had 1/2, that's not going to be 0. But if I added 2 to it, that would equal 0. And of course, that would blow up and you'd get that infinity error. So I think what we need to do is add 2 down there. Now let's test a couple of points though. What if we put in -1? So if you put in -1, that's 1/-1 plus 2. That's 1. And that's what we got at -1. What about putting in 1? Well, that would be 1/1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, 1/3. That's what we get. So I think we've got this. I think this is just 1/x plus 2. Let's check. Yeah, 1/x plus 2, and we can graph that. Yeah, so we've got these typical arms of the rational function, and they've just been shifted over to the left by 2. Well, how did that go for you? Did you realize this was a rational function? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.